Hi. So I've never really done these before. I've done a lot of obviously these kind of Zoom meeting things that obviously a lot of us have been doing over the last, 8, 9 months or so. And there's lots of virtual conferences which have obviously gone ahead and so on. And a lot of us professionals in the industry have obviously given a lot of our advice and so on. But it's never really kind of given me the chance to just give like a direct piece to camera. So I think what I'm going to do is I use this kind of general setup just to talk to the guys at the studio or the guys who are working remotely, or clients even if I need to kind of demo stuff, just pull paper out, draw stuff, drag the iPad, draw stuff, etc. So I think I'm going to try and utilize this to um, talk to you guys, for those of you who are interested in filmmaking, visual effects, color grading, yada, 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 to go through some of the tips, tricks, and things I've learned over the years, because a lot of the times I don't really, well, a lot of the times over the last 12 months even, I've only been out to some of these institutions around the country just a few times. And to be honest, I kind of miss it. It's one of those opportunities one tends to get to go out and speak to students and speak to new blood, if you like. I hate people who do that. New blood in the industry, so that they can kind of get an understanding and the feel of the sort of thing that they're going to get themselves into, and also to give them a chance for me to interact with them, to answer any questions and that kind of stuff. So this is kind of going to be a series of me giving advice on things. If anyone's got any comments on certain things that they want me to cover about stuff that we've done in the past, by visual effects in general, if they want my opinion on stuff. I don't really like kind of giving opinions on other artists' work, because I know for a fact that all artists are trying their best to try and produce the best that they can, and that's always the case. So I don't really kind of like belittling other artists, really, to be frank. But to try and advise people of how to try and self-improve and self-develop, yeah, totally all for that. Might even do a live session every now and then to get feedback from you guys, and also to even give showreel reviews and that kind of stuff. This doesn't necessarily mean that if I like your showreel, you're going to get a job from me or anybody else, but it's just a case of it's an extra set of eyes, if you like. It's an extra set of eyes on your portfolio, and any advice, maybe even get you guys to connect in just completely out of the whim and just have a one-to-one general kind of questions and that kind of stuff. So we'll see how this goes. So this may be a regular thing. It may be a weekly thing. It may be a daily thing. I genuinely don't know. It depends on when I've got time. Obviously, running company, wife and family, 3-year-old running around like a headless chicken, which reminds me, she's going to be up in 20 minutes. So I'm going to have to keep this short, and I need to go and pick my car up from the garage. Okay. So I'm going to try and keep this as brief as possible for a lot of these ones. Some of them will go a little bit longer. As you can tell, I do tend to rattle on a little bit, and I am kind of a bit gesticular. I do tend to talk with my hands a lot. My wife says I do tend to do this a lot, which I do normally on on stage when I'm kind of presenting and stuff. I tend to pace up and down. If anyone's seen anything I've done in the past, I do tend to pace. So without that pacing, the hand action comes in. So I might look like I'm raving, but I'm really, really not. I'm actually just enthusiastic, if you like. So other things I might do is like go through the sorts of kit that we tend to use. Some people do these, what's inside my camera bag 2020 series kind of thing. And okay, I suppose we could do something like that. It's not really kind of any really up-to-date stuff. It's just stuff, here's a camera, here's some tape, here's some sticky things, here's some clamps, and here's a few lenses. They're just materials to try and achieve. I can kind of explain what we use certain things for, like what's a Macbeth chart for, what are these clamps used for, clamping stuff. What are these sticky notes for? Sticking things to things. And also what this particular type of lens is for versus this type of lens why did we choose this particular type of mount over this type of mount, blah, 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 blah. You know, these sorts of things we can go through if people are interested. But I think there's a lot of this material already out there. But if I'm running short of content and I really need to get a video out at a stretch, I can just turn brain off and just let all this stuff out for you guys if you're interested, which might be, if you're watching this, you possibly are. If you're watching this far ahead in this rattle that I'm now called a video, okay, thank you. So that, plus possibly going through breakdowns of stuff that we've done in the past, like the baahubali series for Arca, the post work that we've done on some other features, like for example the titles work that we did for 2.0 for the Magadira. That's going back 10 years. I'll see if I've still got some of this material for the stuff that we did for eega, blah blah blah. You know, my personal journey of how I ended up here as a you know, a Westerner working in India, and trials and tribulations I got actually, you know, coming here in the first place, and so on and so on. There's, you know, there's stories in there and so on. So whether or not people are interested in this, yeah, we'll see. And whether or not I've actually got content for this thing. This may completely fall on its face. This may be the only one I'm doing. I might watch this later on and see a billion comments going, you suck, in which case, okay, thanks, and constructive criticism, thank you. Or people might be interested, in which case, okay, but I'm going to try not to edit. I'm just going to let it come straight through. I'm not going to chop. I'm not going to edit stuff to try and bring it down under a certain time. I know for a fact that I need to get a script, because I know I'm just turning my brain filter mouth off that I tend to do when I'm on stage. Just so I don't start going all the time, because that's when you're trying to give your brain time to process. So I just turn that filter off as best as I can, so that nothing really kind of interrupts and everything just kind of flows and flows and flows and flows. I do tend to fidget, as you can pretty much tell. I just said so the brain filter mouth thing is not working very, very well. Apologies also for those of you who can't understand me because of the accent. Sorry, I can't do much about that. Other setups I might give, overhead views and stuff. I've actually managed to somehow set all this stuff up. So woo, tabletop, old laptop. I'm calling myself a mug when I'm actually putting the stuff, labeling things, camera, headphones, blah, blah, blah. That kind of thing. And even go, hey, second camera. So that might work. It might work for some scenarios, but all this is set up just in case I do need to flip back and forth. And I just realized I'm talking to myself again. I've done this. I've done all this already. I've recorded all this once already, and I just realized I've been talking to myself by looking at myself. My picture, my video monitor is here. I don't have one of these fancy Atomos cameras or anything. I'm just using a webcam, and the webcam on the laptop is there, which is behind two other monitors, one here, so there's one here and one here. So it's smack bang in the middle. And the reason why I'm using that like this is basically because that screen doesn't work. So thanks, Apple, for the amazing design flaw that you've introduced into the 2015 MacBooks. Thanks a lot. 2016 ones. The ones with a touch bar thing. Yeah, that. You open it more than this, screen goes off. So design flaw. And you're expecting us to pay 60,000 rupees, which is around about $800, to fix a flipping cable. Stick it. You're replying back with the you're okay to replace the 13-inch one with the same design flaw, but not the 15 one. Yeah, you money grabbing. Expletive. Right. Okay. I'm going to sign off now on that note. So have fun. I'll, fingers crossed, post this. If not, this has gone to waste. And hopefully I'll be doing another one, and let's see how this goes. So see you around, guys. Take care. Be safe. Wear a mask. Later.